There's the experiment in quantum physics that most people have heard of, but almost nobody understands what it actually implies about you. It's called the observer effect. And here's the short version. At the smallest scale of reality, particles don't behave like fixed objects. They exist as possibilities until something observes them. The act of watching collapses infinite potential into one outcome. Physicists have spent a century trying to explain why this happens, but almost nobody has asked the more interesting question: if observation shapes reality at the smallest scale, what is it doing at your scale? Every day, all day, you are observing. You are the observer in your own experiment, and most people have no idea they're running it wrong. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some people's wishes seem to come true constantly, and it has nothing to do with luck. We've all heard the universe grants your wishes if you believe hard enough. That phrase has been so overused, it's basically meaningless now. It's been turned into a Hallmark card. So let's throw that phrase away and ask a better question. Is there an actual mechanism, something real, something measurable, that would explain why focused attention changes outcomes? Turns out there are three. One from physics, one from neuroscience, one from psychology. None of them require you to believe in magic. All three have been sitting in plain sight in research papers for decades. Nobody just connected them for you until now.
At the base of your brainstem, there's a bundle of neurons called the reticular activating system, the RAS. Its job is brutal and simple. Your senses take in about 11 million bits of information every second. Your conscious mind can only process about 40 to 50. That means the RAS has to throw away 99.999% of reality before it even reaches your awareness. So how does it decide what makes the cut? It keeps whatever you've told it matters. This is why the moment you decide to buy a specific car, you suddenly see that exact model everywhere. The cars didn't multiply. Your filter changed. This is why a name you just learned suddenly shows up 3 times in 1 week. This is why an athlete who visualizes a goal starts noticing more openings on the field in real time. None of that is coincidence. It's a literal neurological filtering system, and it runs on stated intention. The moment you name a wish clearly, you're not sending a request into the void. You're reprogramming what your own brain lets through the door. Most people whisper their wishes vaguely and wonder why the universe isn't listening. The truth is simpler and colder. Your RAS can't filter for something you never clearly defined. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. This also explains why manifestation so often fails. If your wish is, I want to be successful, your RAS has nothing to filter for. Success isn't a pattern, it's a mood. Your brain literally cannot build a search filter out of a feeling. But if the wish is, I want to have a conversation with someone who works in film production this month, that's a filter. That's a pattern your brain can hunt for in real time, in rooms you walk into, in conversations you'd normally tune out. This is why some people seem to have the universe conspiring in their favor. They're not more spiritually gifted, they're more specific. Specificity is the difference between a wish and a search query. Now here's where physics and neuroscience actually shake hands. Neuroplasticity research shows that neurons that fire together wire together. Every time you rehearse a thought, including a wish, held with real attention, you strengthen a physical pathway in your brain. Repeated observation of an idea doesn't just notice reality, it reshapes the tissue doing the noticing. That's the same shape as the observer effect at the quantum level. The outcome is not independent of the act of observing it. At the level of atoms, observation collapses possibility into a single state. At the level of your brain, repeated attention collapses a fog of vague hope into a specific, reinforced, automatic behavior pattern. Different scale, same underlying principle. Sustained, specific attention is not passive. It is a shaping force. This is not the claim that thinking about a parking spot creates the parking spot out of nothing. It's a claim that your nervous system is not a neutral bystander to your own life. It is actively constructing what you notice, what you approach, and what you rehearse until it becomes automatic. So, why do most people's wishes seem to go nowhere? Because they do the opposite of all three mechanisms. They wish vaguely, they think about the wish once emotionally, and then never again. They give their RAS no filter to run. Then they interpret the silence as proof the universe doesn't care. The universe isn't withholding anything from you. Your filtering system was just never given clear instructions. So here's the actual protocol stripped of mysticism. 1. Turn your wish into something specific enough that your brain could recognize it walking down the street. Not, I want love. Try, I want to meet someone who makes me laugh within the next 2 months. 2. Revisit it daily for even 30 seconds. Not to send energy to the universe, to physically reinforce the neural pathway so your RAS keeps prioritizing it. 3. Act on the small matches your brain flags. The RAS will start surfacing opportunities. Most people notice them and do nothing. That's the step people skip, and it's the one that actually closes the loop. The universe was never a genie. It's closer to a search engine. And your attention is the query. Most people type in nothing and wonder why nothing loads. If you want the next video where I break down the actual research behind why writing a wish down physically changes recall accuracy by over 40%, subscribe. That one goes even deeper.